This afternoon marks an important moment. For the first time in recent memory, we're starting the public process of our hearings right here in the San Fernando Valley at Van Nuys City Hall.
Rebecca Garcia. How can young voters believe that you have our best interest in mind while functionally eliminating the only department dedicated to them? Mayor Karen Bass has talked about how she wants to invest in the youth. 2 weeks ago, she attended a community cleanup that I was present at. I stood right behind her in frame as she spoke about the importance of creating a better world for future generations. And immediately afterwards, she proposes a budget that would functionally eliminate the youth development department. And I don't know if the mayor was lying when she spoke about the worth of my generation. I don't know if she sees us, the youth, as anything other than a beautiful backdrop for her public image. And to be fair, I don't know her true motivations. I cannot say if she is a liar, and I cannot say if her word is worth nothing. What I can ask is if you will be the same. Our president has already established that he is not on our side. Can we count on our local politicians to have our back? Can we count on you to step up and support us where others haven't? My generation is paying attention, and your vote will speak volumes, and I promise you, so will ours.
Since this is one continuous meeting, each person is allowed to give comment once. So if you spoke last Friday in Van Nuys, you will be not be given an opportunity to speak again.
You will have 1 minute for the only item on the agenda, that is the budget itself. So it is quite broad, but it does need to be related to the budget. We also have to and we will let you know if your time is expired. It's not because we don't want to hear from you. It's because, as you can see, there are a lot of people here. There were a lot of people here on Friday, and there are still people outside of this council chamber who would like to speak.
I'm here on behalf of all the communities whose lives have been changed by GRID. Los Angeles has seen a 40% decrease in gang-related violence, and GRID has been a major driver of that success. Through targeted prevention, intervention, and community partnerships, GRID has given thousands of young people real alternatives to gang involvement and helped restore peace to neighborhoods. Cutting GRID's budgets now would undo years of investments that made our communities safer, not through enforcement alone, but through opportunity, healing, and hope. As we prepare to host the 2028 Olympics, a safe and thriving Los Angeles is essential. GRID's work will be critical to ensuring that safety, protecting both our residents and our global reputation. I encourage you to stand by the evidence, stand by our youth, and protect GRID's funding. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Jesus Orozco. I'm with the Development Department. I'm here to ask you and implore you to please not consolidate the departments. I was a senior project coordinator for the Family Source Centers that did so much during the pandemic. We don't need to burden them with more work. Because what's going to happen when you consolidate, we're going to give them more work. There's going to be a lot more of their employees. The turnover is going to be crazy, and that's what's going to happen.
Good afternoon. My name is Aranza Trujillo, and I'm a community administrative support worker for the Youth Development Department. Although I have only been with the department for 5 months, I have helped organize youth-led summits that empower the next generation of leaders. At our 2025 Youth Summit, we served over 150 youth and connected them with professionals from across Los Angeles to inspire future politicians, council members, and presidents. Today, I respectfully ask you to reconsider the proposed 47% cut to our department's budgets. As a first-generation college student and the proud daughter of immigrants, I know how vital it is to have spaces that support all youth regardless of legal or economic status. Please do not take away a department that is committed to uplifting the future of our city. Thank you for your time.
These young leaders are tackling housing insecurity with bold ideals and addressing the mental health crisis through peer support networks and creative outreach. The Youth Summit empowers them to think outside the box and turn ideals into action. But here's the truth. LA cannot host a successful Olympics without the energy, vision, and unity of its youth. Cutting YDD silences their voices and wastes their potential. Let's invest in these leaders today so they can build a safer, stronger, and more equitable LA tomorrow. Fight for the youth development.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our future depends on it.
I'm speaking today to urge you to reject cuts to the Youth Development Department. YDD isn't just a line item, it's a lifeline. Programs like the Youth Summit and Youth Expo gives teens leadership skills, jobs, and hope. The Youth Protection Division also protects LA from disasters like the $4 billion child abuse settlement by the standardizing safety policies across 27 departments. With the World Cup and Olympics approaching, now is the worst time to eliminate staff trained to prevent trafficking and exploitation.
Hi, my name is Paula Mandela, and I'm a junior living in CD11. I am helping my family with LA's Next Gen program, helping my younger sister by tutoring her in homework and getting paid by Higher LA. If YDD is cut, programs like Higher LA and Jobs Corps will be more difficult to attain, along with paychecks that help working families like mine. LA's youth don't just want jobs, we need them. These programs don't just teach us to work, they let us support our families during a recession. Please don't take away our lifeline. Fund YDD fully so students like me can keep our jobs and our hope. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, council members. My name is Adrian Mendiola, and I'm here today because the Youth Development Department saved my family. As a tutor with Higher LA's Next Gen, I earn a paycheck that helps cover rent, groceries, and bills for my niece and nephew, kids I'm raising in a city where everything costs too much. Without this job, I don't know how we'd survive. But YDD doesn't just help me, it helps hundreds of young people find work that matters. Jobs like mine let us support our families while giving back to our communities. I tutor students struggling in school, just like my niece and nephew, and I see how these programs break cycles of poverty and stress. If YDD is cut, these opportunities vanish.
Hi, my name is Emilio Rosto. I am 6 years old and I live in Los Angeles. I want all kids to be safe and happy. YDD helps kids like me play, learn, and stay safe. Please don't touch YDD. Let them keep helping kids go to fun places and learn cool things. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Justina Orozco. I am almost 9, and I live in Los Angeles. My dad works at YDD. He helps kids like me. He teaches schools how to stop bullying, and he helps kids feel safe and happy. Please don't cut YDD. If YDD goes away, bullies might hurt more kids. Kids like me need help. Thank you.
My name is Angela Mendiola, and I'm a freshman in Delray. I'm here because the Youth Development Department gives youth an opportunity to lead. At last year's Youth Summit, we learned about the housing crisis, the criminal justice system, youth mental health, and was able to network with other youth across the city and county. Programs like this taught me that my voice matters, but if YDD is cut, students like me won't get these opportunities. LA's youth are facing a mental crisis, climate disasters, and health isolation. We need more leaders, not fewer. Cutting YDD's Youth Summit and leadership training means silencing thousands of future advocates, organizers, and change makers. Don't take away our chance to make LA better. Please keep YDD's program fully funded. Thank you.
Good afternoon, council members. My name is Peter Bernal. I am a community violence intervention worker representing Toberman Neighborhood Center with over 120 years of community service. I'm here on behalf of the multiple communities whose lives have been changed by the city's gang reduction and youth development department, also known as GRID. Our city can proudly own its 40% decrease in gang-related violence, and the gang reduction and youth development program has to be mentioned as a major proponent of that success. Using targeted prevention and intervention strategies and as strong community partnerships, GRID and its dedicated workers has given countless numbers of our youngest and most at-risk children real alternatives to gang involvement, and has helped restore peace, unity, dignity, and a palpable sense of pride in some of Los Angeles' most vulnerable neighborhoods.
Because be so for real,
you heard people on Friday and today state how much need there is for not only seniors and youth, but many, many other groups who are out there working on the ground, seeing the lack of support for environmental justice, housing, community public safety, pet equity, among other things, and you want to cut and combine essential services. Just because the city overspent, it doesn't mean you get to sell out your community. You come into our communities asking for our support, and we gave it to you because we want to believe in you. Don't just say invest in youth. Don't just say you're working hand in hand with the community. Take action and actually fund and fight for these departments. We, your constituents, have our eyes on you and will remember what you vote for. So do your job.
Our city needs to prioritize having a fully funded separate youth development department. When I was in high school back in the early 2000s, I had access to many clubs, art programs, and skill development opportunities, and I have come to find out that a lot of these programs no longer exist in the schools that I attended. I would like the youth of today to be able to take advantage of all the opportunities I had when I was their age, and being able to provide spaces for them to let out their creativity and help them build skills for their future employment should be a priority. To have the youth be able to have positive contributions to our community and themselves as well. It is your duty to remind our youth that they are not forgotten and neglected, so make them a priority today, please. Thank you.
Cutting Grid's budget now would undo years of investment that made our community safer, not through enforcement alone, but through opportunity, healing, and hope. I urge you to stand by the evidence, stand by our youth, and protect Grid's funding. Thank you.
Our city needs to prioritize public safety and street services, especially for the youth. Many rely on public transportation, and there is a need to reimagine public safety that enlists restorative practices. They want to see mentorship programs in the community that you represent that moves us towards an elimination of school-to-prison pipeline. There has been a lack of streetlights, especially at bus stops, not only in Boyle Heights, but also Koreatown and South LA. Many students, women, and the community use these services that are affected by this. So I don't want to see any more news alerts of places near us experiencing crimes or fear. The LA City budget needs to reflect that by investing in the needs to prioritize infrastructure by fixing these problems. They deserve to have safe communities. It's not only our duty to build a city where future generations can thrive, but yours as well, since you're representing the people. Investing in our youth is investing in the future of Los Angeles. I urge the City Council and Finance Committee to create a budget memo to save the Youth Development Department to increase funding for student programs and ensure equitable access to services for all young Angelinos. Thank you.
It took 8 years of advocating and the support of some of you on this council just to have it be at risk of being dismantled when it was only established in 2021. Stand on your word, stand on your commitment. Do not let our youth down, especially our system-impacted working class, housing insecure folks. They need trauma-informed, justice-oriented services specifically designed for them. Thank you.
How can we expect our youth to be motivated to fully commit and contribute to our communities when resources for them don't exist at all and their only pathways and opportunities are being cut and squeezed out from the budget more and more every day? We cannot expect our youth to invest in a system that isn't being invested in by our own government. In my work, I have seen students blossom with creativity and hope when we provide various workshops for them, and they express sadness and frustration about the lack of programs and resources in their schools and communities.
Good evening, Council President and honorable members. My name is Lori Collier. I'm here on behalf of the Alliance for Children's Rights. Today, I'm urging you to protect and preserve the leadership of the Economic and Workforce Development Department and the Youth Development Department. These departments are the backbone of our city's efforts to reconnect young people, especially those impacted by the foster care, homelessness, and justice system, to education, employment, and housing.
Right now, nearly 50,000 young adults in LA are disconnected from school and work, and across the region, there are over 120,000 young people who are disconnected. These are not just numbers. These are young lives still hurting from the economic and emotional devastation from the COVID-19 pandemic. Both departments have been instrumental to the youth and families to reconnect them to pathways of opportunities. This is not the moment to step back. We cannot afford to dismantle the leadership and vision that has helped young people and will continue to help many young people rise. We urge you not to consolidate the departments and preserve EWDD, YDD, general managers and executive directors and strategic staff, and stand by the promise that we've made to invest in young people in this city. Thank you.
And this is absolutely the wrong moment to lose that momentum. As the city prepares for the 2026 World Cup and the 2028 Olympics, we face a choice. Will we invest in building a stronger future for our young people, or will we leave them behind while we prepare for the world to watch? We must prioritize young Angelinos, the future workforce, leaders, and innovators of this city. They deserve investment, not abandonment. We have the right people in place. We have a system that works. Let's not dismantle it now, when our youth and our city's future depend on it most. Thank you.
Hi, my name is John Ayala, and I'm here to advocate in saving the YDD and EWDD. As a first-generation youth of color, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know how to navigate life. My mom works at the San Francisco Swami. My dad's a gardener. I didn't know where to go. It was through these programs they helped me change my life around. They gave me my first paid internship. They gave me my first job. They helped me get through college. Without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. So I want to say thank you to them very, very much. If you were to cut them, not only are you cutting opportunities, cutting futures, cutting dreams, you're cutting everything they have for them because of these budget cuts. I'm here to please make sure that not only do they get saved, but that we don't have to feel punished, rather empowered, that we don't have to feel scared, but rather cared for. Please remember one thing, you're in your seats to help us, not neglect us. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Emma Martinez, and I go to Legacy LA, which is in Boyle Heights. I am here to support the youth department because our voice matters, and we need your support to fund programs that support youth. We need to stop taking away the youth's future. Thank you for your time.
You can find it at the top of the agenda for this budget hearing, or at the top of any agenda, any council agenda. I'm going to ask that whoever yelled out, please do not disrupt this meeting again. We want to provide as much time for public comment as possible. Thank you.
Good evening, council members. My name is Larry Martinez, and I am representing Toberman Neighborhood Center. I am here on behalf of all the communities whose lives have been changed by GRID. Los Angeles has seen 40% decrease in gang-related violence, and GRID has been a major driver of that success through targeted prevention, intervention, and community partnerships. GRID has given thousands of young people real alternatives to gang involvement and help restore peace to neighborhoods. Cutting GRID's budget now would undo years of investment that made our community safer, not through enforcement alone, but through opportunity, healing, and hope. As we prepare to host the 2028 Olympics, a safe and thriving Los Angeles is essential. GRID's work will be critical to ensuring that safety, protecting both our residents and our global reputation. I urge you to stand by the evidence, stand by our youth, and protect GRID's funding. Thank you, council members.
My name is Fernando Lopez, and I'm here to represent Toberman Neighborhood Center. I stand before you today as a voice for the countless individuals whose lives have been profoundly impacted by the Gang Reduction and Youth Development Program. The statistics speak for themselves. Los Angeles has witnessed a remarkable 40% reduction in gang-related violence, and GRID has been a cornerstone of this achievement.
Good evening, council members. My name is Tyrus Hatchett, representing Toberman Neighborhood Center. I'm here on behalf of all the community who lives and whose lives has been changed by GRID. The Los Angeles has seen a 40% decrease in gang-related violence, and GRID has been a major driver of that success. Through targeted prevention, intervention, and community partnerships, GRID has given thousands of young people real alternatives to gang involvement and helped restore peace to neighborhoods. Cutting GRID's budget now would undo years of investments that made our community safer, not through enforcements alone, but through opportunity, healings, and hope. As we prepare to host the 2028 Olympics, a safe and thriving Los Angeles is essential. GRID work will be critical to ensuring that safety, protecting both our residents and our global reputation. I urge you, stand by the evidence, stand by our youth, and protect GRID's funding. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Cruz, and I am a resident of CD14. I am 15 years old, and I strongly urge you to protect the Youth Development Department. We deserve our own department and resources. It is not fair that we are unable to vote, but you can make the decisions that will greatly impact me. I shouldn't have to pay for budget mistakes I didn't make.
So hello, my name is Alisa, and I am a resident of CD14. I am here to strongly urge you to vote to pass recommendations for the budget in order to protect the Youth Development Department. As someone who has been a product of youth development programs, I can tell you from personal experience that the importance of youth development in our communities should be a top priority. The secret, that's not actually that big of a secret because there have been many health studies journals done, is that the way to cut the cost of crime and to invest in safer communities is to invest in our youth. When youth have access to mentors, career readiness services, and leadership opportunities, things like violence in our communities decrease. We have all of our youth leaders here today that took time out of their day right after school to be here and let you all know that the Youth Development Department is a priority. They have shown you in this past year that their voices are loud and they will be heard, so do not let them down.
Hello, my name is Jerry Yang. 2 years ago, I attended the budget hearings as a freshman in high school, eager to support youth opportunities. Today, I stand before you as the Los Angeles City Youth Council president, and I urge the Budget Committee to reconsider the budget and staffing cuts to the Youth Development Department. Without YDD, I would not have been given opportunities to advocate, plan events, or connect with the diverse communities available in Los Angeles. Opportunities are what you're depriving youth of. By defunding the Youth Development Department, you are directly defunding the future of our city and our country. This 31% budget cut means no more LA City Youth Summit, no more LA City Youth Expo. This 47% cut to staff means a weaker LA City Youth Council and the silencing of youth voices. In a time of political turmoil, is this the message that we want to send? I urge you all to reconsider the funding cuts to the Youth Development Department. Thank you.
As a youth who advocated for the Youth Development Department when I was in high school, it is so frustrating and disappointing that we are still being seen as an afterthought. I understand that we need to make cuts, but let's be clear, eliminating the Youth Development Department entirely is not the answer. We can't talk about planning for the future while cutting out the very people who are the future.
Just a reminder, we've got 220 people to get through still. We're going to get through as many as we can, so we ask that you limit your remarks to a minute. Thank you.
I'm sorry, the gentleman who just shouted out, again, in order to facilitate as many public commenters as possible, please do not disrupt this meeting. Thank you. So the disruption is the instruction that the chair has given. So I see that it is Mr. Akili. I'm going to ask politely, Mr. Akili, please do not disrupt this meeting. This is your first and only formal warning. I'm sorry, Speaker. Go ahead.
Sir, this is your last, I ask that you remove him from the meeting so that we can get to the people who have signed up to speak. Thank you.